90 Fahrenheit.
They say there are 2 seasons in Canada.
Yes, winter and summer.
No, winter, winter.
Always great to have you, PG Phil. Always great to have you. All right. Any other club outside of Jamaica?
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Distinguished President Cecil here from the Kiwanis Club of Pinewood, Division 22 in the Bahamas.
Good.
Thank you for inviting us.
Okay, DP Cecil, great to have you. Hope we'll have many more meetings where when we ask that question, you will be on with us. Thanks for joining. Any other club outside of Jamaica?
As long as you invite me, I'll be here.
Okay, thank you. It's an open invitation, that I can tell you.
Okay, just send me the link. I will definitely be here once you send the link.
Okay, great.
Sure.
That's guaranteed. Thank you. Any other club outside of Jamaica?
Yes, good evening.
Go ahead.
My name is Mary Walcott, and I'm from the Kiwanis Club Pride of Barbados.
Yes.
I bring you greetings from our president, Lisa, board, and members, and it's a great pleasure to be here this evening. Looking forward to the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Mary Walcott. The pleasure is always for having you all the way from Barbados. I mean, It's great that you thought it worth your while to be with us this evening. Really appreciate it.
Yes, I thought the presentation was interesting, so I decided to join. I'm here by myself.
Okay, well, a little secret we have at the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is that once you're amongst us, you're never by yourself or alone. You're amongst friends.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
Okay, nice to have you.
Thank you.
Any other club outside of Jamaica? Okay, how about any club in Division 25? And the club in Division 25? Wow, outside of Jamaica as outnumbered Division 25 this evening. Okay, how about clubs in Division number 24?
Sorry, good evening.
Go ahead, DP, Megan.
Hi, good evening. I am just getting a chance to join. DP Megan from Kiwanis Club of Montego Bay. Trying to see if other members are on this evening. I know it was announced in our group and they should be on their way. They probably just have not joined it, but we definitely will be out in our numbers. I'm happy to be here and looking forward to a great meeting. Thanks for the invitation.
Hey, thank you, DP Megan, and I'm pretty sure we will be having many more joining. I'm watching the numbers, and as we speak, it keeps growing. So sure. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a great evening. Okay. Thank you for joining us.
You.
Thank you, DP Megan. You know, your girl Crystal is on from Montego Bay, and we're expecting about 2 or 4 more persons to join. Thanks, DP. And good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening. Welcome as usual.
Thank you, PE.
Okay. Anyone else in division, any club in Division 24 with us this evening? Okay, how about Division 23 East? Do we have anyone from Kiwanis Club in Division 23 East with us this afternoon?
Hello, good night, everyone.
Hi, DP Audrey.
Yes, DP Audrey from the Kiwanis Club of Papine. I'm the only member so far, but I guarantee that a number of persons will join me shortly. And we look forward very much to what you have to offer this evening.
Okay, DP Audrey, glad you're acting as scout for the rest of the members of your club this evening. So hope they will follow your trail and find a way to this meeting this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
This is Chair Tamara from 23 East Professional St. Andrew Online. On behalf of President Dwayne Bender and our team, thank you for the invitation. So far, I'm the only one, but I'm sure others will be joining shortly. Looking forward to a great meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us. And I'm pretty sure you will have a great evening.
Thank you.
Okay. Any club from 23 West?
Good evening, President. I'm DP Josephine from the Kiwanis Club of
Good evening.
Kingston. I am traveling solo so far, but I'm looking forward to an exciting evening. Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting DP Josephine. Glad to have you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other club from Division 23 West? How about Division 23 Central?
Good evening. This is DP Paulette from the Kiwanis Club of Friends Across Borders. Presently, I and Kiwani and Carleen are online and others will join us shortly. We look forward to an engaging conversation, past, present, and future. It's always nice to look in the windscreen and then to know what is behind you and how you're going to deal with present day to plan for tomorrow. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you, DP Paulette, and you summed it up nicely. And I'm pretty sure DLG Eileen is going to take us down that road, around all the corners, back on the street, and at the end, we will see where we have been, where we are now, and where we're going. Thanks for joining.
I see some friends from New Kingston, but they have I see DP Judy and I see DLG Gerthlin. There might be others. So let's welcome them if they don't want to speak.
Thank you very much. I'm having a little difficulty with my mic. This is Judith Douglas, DP, and I think it's only DLG Gerthlin and myself on at the moment, but I'm expecting at least 4 more. So let's look forward to a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for inviting us.
Reynolds is on.
Yes.
Thank you, DP, Judith, and DLG Gerthlin. You know, and I'm pretty sure the others are on their way. When we started this section, we had, I think, 18 persons. We are up to 36 now. So we see the rate at which it's growing. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. Really appreciate it.
A pleasure, PD.
Okay. Any other club from Division 23 Central?
Good night.
Go ahead.
A pleasant good night. President Robert here from West St. Andrew. Looking forward to a very interesting meeting. Members from my club will be coming online, but for now, it's just me.
Okay, great. Glad to have you, President Robert. And as soon as I come, tell them we extended our welcome to them, and that we're glad they're joining us this afternoon.
Yes, I must mention I do have a little internet problem, so you know I might be on and might be muted from time to time, but I'll see how I can work that out.
Well, one piece of advice I can give you is if you have a second instrument, you might want to log on with that too, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss a word of what DLG Eileen is saying.
Definitely.
Because yeah, and I'm pretty sure it will have some resonance with you too, wondering where you're going to take your club.
Yes, sir.
All right, great to have you.
There's a TV in the background. I don't want to mute everybody because they might mute somebody who's speaking. But I'm going to ask the person who has a TV in the background if I could just turn it down, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, PD, you ready to say? I see you. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Thank you so much, PD Newton. And at this time, I am just myself, and I'm going to borrow LGD Desmond. Make us do from.
You don't tire to borrow Desmond.
Well, I want to make up my number.
Better you take him.
Oh no, I was borrowing him to make up my number.
No. Well, you see, PD, you already say.
Yes.
You must know that President Junior is joking. We will lend out LGD Desmond. We will never give him away.
Never give him away.
Oh, okay, all right. See, I know my place. The Bible they must sit in the lower place and let them call you up, then go sit in the high place and be demoted, right? So I just, yes. So, anyways, I look forward to this discussion this evening, and I hope our number improves. Thank you.
Okay, and before I ask if there are any SLPs with us, I want to acknowledge the president of FA faculty advisor Aldit. Good evening. I know sometimes you have a situation with your mic, faculty advisor Aldit, but we recognize that you're with us this evening. As usual, welcome. Are there any SLPs with us this evening? Any SLPs? How about guests of Kiwanians? Anyone who was invited by a Kiwanian? Okay, how about someone who is not a Kiwanian, wasn't invited by a Kiwanian, but thought that this would be a great time to place to spend the evening? Anyone like that online? All right, well, guess what happened? I see the numbers growing. As I said earlier on, when I started this section, I think we had 18 persons. We are now up to 40. And I know you didn't come here to listen to me. You came to hear DLG Eileen. So let me just welcome everyone. You're going to have a great evening. We're so happy you have joined us this evening. Remember, it's an open invitation. And at this point, I hand it back to President Junior.
Thank you, PD Newton. And welcome to all online at this point in time. Let me welcome you all. Is DLG Eileen on? I'm not sure I saw her.
Yes, she's on, sir.
She's very much on. Welcome.
She's very much on, sir.
Welcome. I want to know that. Welcome, DLG Eileen.
I'm right here to support you. You know that I want.
Yeah, I know that you'll be there, but I just couldn't distinguish which of them were you.
I'm here.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so we move to our next item. Apologies for absence. I don't remember getting any apologies. Are there any apologies for absence? Anybody have any apologies?
Yes,
I don't see DLG Willie, you're on.
Yes, we have apologies for absence for Director Warren McDonald, who is on the island. An apology for Richard Reese, who will be late.
Right.
Apologies for his absence for Treasurer Orville Lewis.
Okay, thank you, DLG Willie. Are there any other? Yes, one DLG.
St. Jude's Key Club is just finishing their board meeting and they're hoping to join us shortly.
Yes. Thank you. Are there any other apologies for absence? If not, we'll just move to our recognition of birthdays and anniversaries. And who is better to do that than our own PED, Stephen? And I know you're on.
I am on, President, and thank you very much.
Yes.
Take the baton from you.
Good.
Good evening, Kiwanians. Good evening, guests. At this point in our meeting, we usually recognize birthdays and anniversaries of Kiwanians who celebrate some special occasion for this week. I'm going to switch it up a little bit this week. So instead of giving you it in chronological order, what I'm going to do is give you the birthdays, the wives of Kiwanians' birthdays, and then those Kiwanians who are celebrating anniversaries. And then lastly, it's going to be an open invitation to anybody else who has a special occasion they'd like to share. So for this week, first of all, past Chairman Gregory Barnett celebrates his birthday on the 25th of July. Happy birthday to him when that comes, that's tomorrow. So, and also generally people, it doesn't hurt if you know any of these Kiwanians or their wives that, as I mentioned, their special occasion, that you can just drop them a line when tomorrow late in the week when they're celebrating. It always helps to reach out
Today-
and reach out to
Today's the
person.
25th of July.
Oh,
It is.
thank you very much. You see, I'm living in the past. So happy birthday. I thought it was the 24th. So happy birthday to PC Gregory. His birthday is today. Thank you for the correction.
Right.
All right. So also we have Kiwanians' wives who are celebrating their birthday. So on the 30th, DP Lloyd Barnett's wife Charmaine has her birthday. I didn't see DP Lloyd on, but he's usually here. A special happy birthday to Charmaine when it comes, as well as on the 26th, PC Edmund Thomas, his wife Anne-Marie, celebrates her birthday. So happy birthday to both Charmaine and Anne-Marie on the 30th and the 26th, respectively. In terms of wedding anniversaries, we have, is it DP Marcel or DP Marcel Boyce and Beverly celebrate their anniversary on the 26th of July. Also, PD Trevor Ford and his wife Marjorie on the 26th also. A lot of people on the 26th, it's a special day. And can you believe it or not, the third anniversary is our own DP Christopher Robinson and his wife Marie, also on the 26th, celebrate their wedding anniversary. If any of them were online, I would ask them how many years of wedding bliss they're celebrating, but I suspect it's quite a few years amongst all of them. So that concludes our Kiwanians, but I'll also, as I mentioned before, extend an open invitation if there's anybody else who is on the meeting. We know at 47 participants who has a birthday or a special occasion or anniversary that they'd like to share with us. Just open your mic and you can share that. I think we're in the month of Leos, so all those persons who are born around this time tend to be under the sign of Leo the Lamb. If not, I wish for everybody a positive and productive week. And I, like everybody else, is looking forward to DLG Eileen's presentation. And thank you everybody for joining us, those who are non-Kiwanians and those who are non-members of Kiwanis Club of Kingston. You're all welcome and we thank you for your participation and your attendance. I hand the baton back to you, President Junior.
Thank you, PD Stephen. And happy birthday.
Most welcome.
Thank you. Happy birthday, happy anniversary to all those who are celebrating at this time. So we'll move back to the agenda and we are going to be borrowing back LGD desk to do the Kiwanis education for us. LGD?
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing it loud and clear.
Junior,
Loud and clear.
fellow Kiwanians, SLP members and guests. Nice to be here. I'll talk about just briefly, the definition of conduct unbecoming a member of the Kiwanis family. This constitutes harassment of another individual based on race, color, creed, national origin, age, or sex, including sexual orientation and gender identity. This is really as per Article 8, Section 10 of KI bylaws. It also constitutes a criminal act that is clearly incompatible with the best interest of the public or of members of the Kiwanis family, or repeated, offensive, or obnoxious behavior at Kiwanis events and activities. And finally, a club shall discipline any member whose conduct is determined by the club to be conduct unbecoming a member of the Kiwanis family, or else the club shall be considered non-compliant with acceptable standards of Kiwanis International and may have its charter suspended or revoked as provided by Kiwanis International bylaws. That's it for Kiwanis education, President Junior.
And thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And now we move on to the main item, as we have said, and that is external perspective of Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Let me ask Chairman DP Stewart to do the introduction first. DP, you're on.
No, okay, I'm not gonna do the introduction now.
Oh, sorry.
I read us. He passed district trustee Ralston to do
Yes.
so. So let me invite Ralston to go
And
ahead.
you take over this section of the.
No, it's gonna be from the introduction to the host, to our guest speaker. She's gonna run that. So that's okay.
Okay.
I don't have to come back
Okay.
in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good.
Thank you, DP Stu. Am I being heard?
We are hearing you, sir.
Thank you. Let me see the opportunity, as I always do, to acknowledge my friend, Pastor Phil, for being here with us. Passionate, committed, a desired teammate are words or terms that I would use to describe our guest speaker tonight. One who thinks and acts first class and have repeatedly displayed the requisite traits of a good leader. In other words, if I am picking a team, Eileen Hooper Donaldson demands a place, not by begging or coercing, but by just being available. If I am just in a stage, setting a table or fixing a room, first choice for me is Eileen. A distinguished lieutenant governor. She puts her home club as Worthington, but I am sure she has a lot to do with several other clubs. The fact is, there are persons that one club alone is insufficient to satisfy or to contain their passion and eagerness. And this is one such occasion. In fact, she has been a Kiwanian for over 29 years, since 1994. And just to add that Worthington is about 4 years old, so that makes my argument valid. Eileen has served in every aspect of club and division's life, and is currently serving the district as coordinator for CLE training. Listing her many positions, recognitions, and awards would eat significantly in our time this evening, and so I will make it available to anyone who desires and reaches out to me, the list of her achievements. But let me just say that she has been Kiwanian of the Year 7 times. 7 times more than me. Frank McAllister, Godfrey Dyer, Last Release Award, and others are our testimony of her work. She has a senior position at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, serving in the position of Senior Recruitment and Enrollment Advisor. Eileen is married to Clayton Donaldson. And on the side, I know they have a home bar named Clayton. Don't ask me how I know. And when it comes to hosting, she is superb. She is the ultimate hostess. A mother of 3 daughters and a son. And if you can forget her very refreshing look, she is a grandmother of 3. And so it tells you that how you take care of self is absolutely important. A very ardent family supporter, a mentor, advisor. Love to do for others in accordance with the golden rule. A spirit of willingness and profound love for children is among her strengths. And if there's anyone qualified to delve into tonight's subject and give an honest external perspective, an incisive assessment of this club and Kiwanis generally, is Eileen, who is known as a straight shooter who speaks her mind. After a long association, many agreements and a few disagreements, we remain friends. And President, I am absolutely pleased to present to you and to our guests and the club, DLG Eileen Hooper Donaldson, a Kiwanian extraordinary who has a wealth of experience and a willingness to share. I ask you to welcome DLG Eileen.
Thank you.
Ralston. I wasn't expecting that, so I'm very, very pleased. The introduction made me smile, and so this is about us as Kiwanians sharing with each other, involving each other, and making known of each other. That is what the Kiwanis movement is about. Fellowship, the goodness, the feeling. And I'm here this afternoon to look back at my past when I just came in. Teresa, you have something to say before I start? I see your hands up.
No, ma'am, sorry.
Okay, so can I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so I must tell you that I have a story, a real story. As I went about over the weekend, I was asked to present. And in presenting, I was also asked myself. I look at myself as a Kiwanian. I look at myself as a friend. I look at myself as someone who have been in the movement almost 29 years. And I remember where I came from. I remember distinctively how I got into this movement. And I'm going to just share a little bit of those past that's giving me goose pimples about my past, how I came in, who I saw, who I spoke with, who I emulated, who I, just love, and who have brought me to where I am today. And I'm very pleased with myself. If anybody actually asks me, I'm a good person. I really am. I try to be the best me that I can be. And so because of that, I will get lots of persons asking me to do things. And Kiwanis has shaped that life for me. And not only that, since putting this thing together, when DP Stewie asked me to, and I was just thinking, all around it. So I said, let us do a different kind of external perspective. It's not just going to be me. It is also going to be a lot of person I'm going to pull on. And pulling on them, they feel the same way as I do. So I know that Kiwanis lives and it will live on forever. And impressions that we have in the past continue with us in the future because it continues to shape our world. And so I want to begin, and I want to just give a little homage of what you would call recognizing the past, honoring the future, and everything that comes with it. So in this case, for me, I'm going to help to connect the dots. 1 second, please. Right. I'm going to connect the dots. And in connecting the dots, I want you all this afternoon who is with me in this meeting to remember those days, because it is still present with us. It's just that it's modern day feeling. Understanding the factors influencing members' participation is really, really crucial. And for us Kiwanians, we even know even more in challenging times. My presentation this evening will discover an external perspective on this topic. And for me, it's offering my insights across time and as well as others who will be sharing in my presentation. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston continues to strive to uphold the Kiwanis International motto, serving the children of the world. And by assisting both their membership and the community to develop responsible men and women, to build stronger and healthier communities, and to develop good leadership skill within their service leadership program. Presently, the Kiwanis Club has 19 SLPs. They are Builders Club, which consists of 9, Key Club, 8, and a Circuit Play, which is 1. So they are a thriving industry from history to now, and we give homage to you as we continue. If I have to look back at my past, we have to look at things that we have today. Today, we continue every year, we recognize someone with a Frank Malado Award. This comes from the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. They are grassroots. And a section from the Book of Kiwanis in Jamaica, 1964 to 2009, on the history of the formation of a club. And this is written by Patrick Bryan, retired professor of history at the University of London. Sorry, I would love to say London, University of the West Indies. Forgive me for that. These are some of the things that we as Kiwanians, persons who are in the meeting with not really a member of Kingston Club, but also new members of Kingston Club, ought to understand that you're in a signature club. You're in a club that started everything for Jamaicans in this country. In the 5 divisions that we have, your club have started it all. And this came as a conversation between Alan Talbot. And what he did was very impressed. He was very impressed by the Kiwanis of Nassau, Bahamas, who put a lot of things forward for your club. And Frank Malado, a Jamaican businessman, initiated the Kiwanis movement in Jamaica. Do you know that? Yes, I knew that from time. And Frank Malado is so special. We have Frank Malado Award with Interclub, and we have Frank Malado Award as it relates to recognizing someone that has done honorable service for community and for their club. And so for history, on January 17, 1964, Frank Malado met with 10 other men at the Sheraton Hotel. Who remember the Sheraton Hotel? Yes, man, Sheraton Hotel. Now called the Wyndham Hotel, which is no Wyndham Hotel anymore, but we remember those days. He was appointed to chair the steering committee of the establishment of club in Kingston. And the required target number that has to start this men club was 50. So, you know, in those days, it was harder than now. So we are having it easy to engage club or our forum clubs with at least 15 and plus members. It was targeted to bring in 50 men to start this club. Guess what, everyone, this evening? If you're not a member of Kingston Club, you ought to know that it surpassed the 50, and they had 71 men who had agreed to become a charter member of this club. This is awesome. So as we envision the future, we want to look back at those mentorship that we had to make us who we are today. So as we embrace the past, we are here for the present and will be on the future. Because I still believe that the Frank Malado Award will still continue. Its signature, it is known from the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. So the power of Kiwanis mentorship, from its roots to impact on the present and future. And I would be remiss if I did not even also include Carlton Levy. Carlton Levy, I will go back slide. Carlton Levy, on December 21, 2010, this is history notes. DLG Carlton Levy, who held several posts in Kiwanis, was remembered by his club as being the first Jamaican and Caribbean national elected as governor of Eastern Canada and Caribbean. So Kingston Club, you have plenty things to be proud of. You have plenty members to be proud of, and plenty members to emulate as we go on board. So you're not in a lost club. You're actually in a steadfast club that will continue to grow. And the members that you bring into your club will actually feel that impact. So continue to be doing the things that you're doing well. Continue to remember the past, the present, and the future. They all combine together. Call all hands on board, we build a stronger future. It involves a knowledgeable individual. You have that in your club. And because you have that, you can be the mentor, the guiding and the support that everyone else should experience as a mentee. And that's me, Eileen. Through mentorship, mentees gain valuable insight, skills, networks that accelerate to their growth. And I must tell you, there are some things that I can remember that we always do. And if DP Velmore was in here, and lots of other members will tell you, when we're going to the Kiwanis Club, there's special Kiwanis Club. When you're going to there, you have to make sure that you're well dressed and look good to go into the meeting. You sparkle, you look professional. Guess what? Just in case by chance, they might call you to say, come and pick a 50-50 prize. It happens all the time. And you may be called upon to introduce your members of your club who are delegates to that interclub meeting. These are some of the things that a club such as New Kingston, a club such as Kingston, a club such as Downtown Kingston, EKPR, Stony Hill, when we go there, we are so polished. When we go there, we actually look at what they're doing and go back and take it to our clubs. And that brings me to the point where when I just came into Kiwanis, and I must say this, a lot of other members might actually have the similar experience. I was working at the Jamaica Exporters Association. A lot of those females were used to work with bosses that were Kiwanian, and they used to do minutes for Kiwani, do Kiwanis report, all of those. And so they grew into knowing the work, and they talk about it so passionately that you thought they were Kiwanians and not the male. And so they came about and they formed a club. They were in a club, and the club was so strong. That was the Kiwanis Club of Eastern St. Andrew, which was the second all-female club in our division. And I remember those days. Those were impressionable days. Those were days when you want to be amongst the best. And I consider the Kiwanis Club of Kingston amongst the best. And I believe that these tools, as Kiwanis embrace mentorship as a powerful tool, as you do that within your club, you're also doing it for your external Kiwanis Club members. And so as you continue to empower members and fostering strong relationship with any organization, whether it's in your club or the other clubs, you're building an organization that has to continue for the next umpteen of centuries. So we have a member who is currently in Jamaica, but identify with me on the strong leadership and inspiration that comes with being a part of Kingston Club. He embraces his membership to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, Great Moments. I had a short conversation with him in WhatsApp, and I felt the vibes. I felt the like-minded feeling that you get when you're talking about Kiwanis, you're selling Kiwanis. And I look at this time, and I'm going to pause because I don't want me to be all the time talking. I want it to have different perspective. And Joshua, I hope that you're on. I know you're overseas, but I talked to you and we had a little short conversation, and you said, sure, man. These are the way that you actually do it. And Joshua is on this evening, even though he's not in Jamaica, and he's here to encourage all present. A little tale of the men of Kingston, framed with Kiwanis' greatest moment. He, like me, like-minded souls, community service. Joshua, are you on?
He was. He was.
Joshua? Joshua is on.
I did see him earlier, so I don't know if he got bumped out.
Earlier. Okay, so I will call on him again, not to pause, but to continue. He's on.
Yeah, his picture is on.
Maybe he stepped away from the mic.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, so I will just continue just for now, and then let me know when he's on. Okay, so as I continue, I also want to bring into the picture moments, embracing the past. And I want to just bring it, I brought in a little picture of things that we know that we do for other clubs. When clubs have engagement of a meeting and it has a theme, we come prepared with that theme, and it's Jamaican theme. So embracing the past, we can continue to in the future, but it's just a way that we actually try to be more creative, innovative. So our mentorship journey honors legacy. The legacy that stays with us and the name to be called is Kiwanis Club of Kingston. And speaking of you, there are many other clubs I would say the same for, but tonight it's all about you, your membership, and your visitors to the meeting. So mentors, you are our mentor. You have paved the way for future generation of Kiwanians. And by learning from our mentors, Kiwanis protocol, through our experience, we have gained wisdom, insight, and inspiration to guide us on our next practicum and shared mentorship journey. And I'm very sure everyone would agree with me. And I want you to give me some thumbs up. I want you to participate. And if you want to say here, here, nothing is wrong. So when you think of that too as well, you're going to define membership participation. A member participation remember I said, I'm not talking just Kingston Club. A membership participation refers to the involvement and the engagement of Kiwanians in club's activity and initiatives. It encompasses attendance, volunteering, and leadership roles. Understanding the factors of the past, because you would have leaders who have served their position, so they will become a past president, a past LG, but they are the past, but they have set the foundation of the past in the past to cement the future. And by influencing participation, it is essential for fostering a thriving Kiwanis community. And by that, we grow the community of junior servant leaders, more so through their willingness to serve as lead in their leadership program. And none other comes to mind than DLG Willie. I pause to recognize you and your great work to us Kiwanians and the youth you have always guided. And through that you have guided me, you have framed me to the works that change lives. Your name is synonymous to the SLP members, known as Uncle Willie. You know, everybody knows you as Uncle Willie. Best known as. And I pause to just give you a little voice in this presentation, just to speak a little bit about your enthusiasm as you work with your SLPs in your club. I want you to just share that feeling with all of us.
Thank you, DLG Eileen. First of all, let me also welcome DLG Phil Rossi. I always remember when he visited me, when he visited Jamaica, after my operation, he came and sat down with me for over an hour. Thanks, Phil. DLG Eileen, ever since joining this movement in February 1981, I have been involved with the service leadership program, then known as the sponsorship program. And that was because I was mentored by a great Kiwanian by the name of DLGE Michael Henriquez, who was synonymous with sponsorship program at the time. I have a passion for working with the children, and I get this thrill and excitement of working with mainly with our key clubs. I have been a Kiwanian advisor to St. Hugh's, Kingston College, Dunoon Technical for part of time, and more recently St. Andrew Technical. But when I look back at the time I have spent with the SLP movement, my greatest enjoyment is to be walking on the street and somebody will come up to me and say, "Sir, you remember me?" So I said, "No, this voice, I'll be careful now. You remember Uncle Willie? You have to be a member of our service leadership program." "Yes, you remember that. Oh, congratulations. Where are you doing now? Where are you working? This brings me great fun to be recognized. I've enjoyed it, Eileen, and I will certainly continue serving the children of the world, particularly with our Key Club and our Village Club. Thank you.
Thank you ever so much, DLG Willie. And I will remember, because Willie has touched me so much and has been a mentor to me and has guided me with a lot of education. Let me tell you, a lot of education stuff he has provided to me. I remember when he wasn't well, and I was Lieutenant Governor at the time. And let me tell you, I felt it, you know, and guess what? I made it my task, my support, that every day I leave work, I will stop by and I would visit him until he was better. And all the time that I went there, I think DP Chris must always try to force me to be there each time. Because every time I'm there, DP Chris was there. And so we loved it until he came back home, and we were so happy. I was so happy that he was there to be with me through my journey. So these are some of the things that I actually look forward to, and the feeling that it gives to you. So Uncle Willie, you have not only just touched my life, you have also touched other lives by your visit to other clubs and everything. I want to invite a fellow non-members who is not a member of your club, not a member of the district, the divisions you belong to before, who was touched and inspired to make SLP our club focus. I invite none other than Josephine of Mandeville Club to open our mic and just join us in this conversation. DP Josephine?
Yes, good night, DLG Eileen. Good night, fellow Kiwanians. We are looking at the past, the present, and the future. So let me go back to the past. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston is our father. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston is Kiwanis Club of Mandeville's father. And I remember the days when we used to interclub a lot, and DLG Willie and the team of his men from Kiwanis Club of Kingston would visit Mandeville. And what I remember mostly about DLG Willie is that after meeting, and we would, late DLG Dawn would invite them, say, come and have a drink down by the bar hotel. The time we used to meet at the Gulfview Hotel. Come and have a drink before you guys journey back to Kingston. And we would go down there. And DLG really would be talking about it was then sponsored youth, not SLP now, it was then sponsored youth. And I would sit there and I would just listen to him talking with passion about the sponsored youth program. And fellow Kiwanians, I can say it's because of what I sat and listened from DLG Willie that give me the love for the SLP program that I have today. I serve in all committee, but my favorite committee at club is the sponsored youth, is SLP. And because of that, I serve as SLP co-chair for Division 23 West from distinguished Governor Sharon Camara Dunn was LG. From right up to until today, I'm still a part of the SLP program in the division. And I loved SLP so much because of DLG really, that even last year when we had All Island Convention at Baha'i Principal in Ronobe, I don't know those of you, and if you remember, I was given the award for the division for SLP for my work in SLP. And I remember when I collected that award from DLG Frank and the others, and I sat down, I said to the members of my table, this is for me and DLG Willie. So they say, well, my case is, I'll tell you next time why I say that. So the past, and because of that, that was the past, and the future still is there. And the present is still there as SLP lover because of DLG Willie. And with God's will and all, everything well, I know it will be there in the future. My love for the SLP program because of DLG Willie and the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Okay, DLG Eileen, I think my little
Yes,
more
you
time.
were most welcoming and most engaging, and I love the spirit. That is what one is about.
Can I butt in?
Oh,
Because
sure, it's a conversation.
what I'm taking away from Josephine is what Inter Club used to be and the value of Inter Club. You know, how do you relate to what is happening today? You know, but she speak passionately about after the meeting going somewhere, a bar, and being educated by DLG Eileen. And that is what we used to enjoy in Inter Club.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And a lot of us will realize that when we go to Inter Club, we learn a lot. A lot of things that we take back into our club. And we always have to be polished when we go to certain clubs. And we continue to do that. So I want you to think about that, men of Kingston. You're polished. We expect to be just about the same as you. We look up to you, and we hope you continue way into the future. So DT Ralston, ever so true. So I'll go back to conversation.
DLG Eileen,
Go
Joshua
ahead.
Joshua is online now. He said he had some internet issues, but
Yes.
maybe if you wanted to go to him,
Yes, I
you
was
could
going to
try
bring him
again.
in. I
Okay.
actually direct text him and say, I will be ready for you in 10 minutes. And he said yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that
Good
was
then.
good. That
All right.
was good. All right. So Joshua and I met again after being given a mild introduction, but just again that we talked, and it was so refreshing. Even with just a few words, it was refreshing, right? And so as generations come, as generations stay with us, as generations grow, the future still looks bright. And I can attest to that, right? So I want you all to look at the past. We have involved new members into your club. We have invited new members into our own club. And so we have to look at them and the impression that they have of us and why they came into our club. It's expected to continue. Joshua, you said, of course. So I know that you have something to contribute this evening that will make the moment even more special. So Joshua, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Go
Hello.
ahead.
So for me, I have to really be honest and say my first introduction to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and even Circle K on a whole was through some friends of mine on the micro campus. And one of the main things that I would have found, was this, as we would have said at the time, this white man walking on the campus. I did not know this white man, yet still everyone was following this white man. So I had to inquire and see what this club was all about. And of course, we all, well, us as Myconians would know this white man as none other than DLG William Reason. And trust me, when I joined the club, I can say most person would have wondered if I was a Circle K person or a Kiwanian because I was at almost all of the meetings. The topics discussed, the conversation had, especially the projects, it's something that really pushed me towards greater service. And bear in mind, I think I was only a member of the Circle K club for at least 4 months or 4 to 5 to 6 months before I would have run for the president of the Micro Circle K club just because of how inspiring the Kiwanis Clubs of Kingston was, or is, as a matter of fact. And I can truly say, just being in the meetings with these Kiwanians, I've really learned a lot, especially with Mr. Austin Nunez and his DJing style. I'll not give any take on that. I can say it has never been a dull moment being in this club. And even as prospective youths, we do learn a lot from the older Kiwanians. They do impact a lot on us. Because even in the field of education, I can say DLG William has not only been our advisor, but a personal advisor to me as well, while acting in the capacity of club president at the time. And I can say whether no matter what project it was, for him it was never a no. It was can you get me the people and I'll provide the resources. That's one of the things that we always love. We love about the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Whatever, anything that we want to do, any idea that we had, they always backed us 100%. So even as I was leaving the Michael, I saw no other club to join but my home club, because I just began to call it my home club. I was in the meeting so much times that, it just became like second nature to me. So I just had to join the Kiwanis Club of Kingston because though it might be the oldest Kiwanis club, I can say it's a father club. It really moves the individuals into really wanting to become leaders. And it moves them to even want to do greater service. Because I can tell you, over the projects that we did, not all of them was, great. It was a bit stressful to get some of them done. But at the end of the day, when you could actually sit down and see the good work that we did, you truly have a deeper understanding of why you're doing this. And you truly begin to just, love just being a Kiwan and love being a circle care at the time. And that's what I can say. One thing, about my experience of being a circle care, no Kiwanian, it has never been a dull moment. Whether in meetings or just in general WhatsApp conversations, it has always been something invigorating. And with the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and DLG William, I can say I felt at home. He made me felt at home in Circle K. And now in the Kiwanis Club, it's the same thing. So I can truly say it has been a wonderful experience. And I can't wait to come back to Jamaica right now. So start attending my meetings and start going on my projects. So they can see my face and say, yes, I am here to work. It has truly been a wonderful experience.
Thank you, Joshua. And the way that you present it and the way you talk and you feel it, you're reliving it. And we are also reliving it with you. And these are some of the feelings that all of us have when we have a conversation with a Kiwanian. And I must tell you, at this point in time, I must say hello to DLG Trevor Christian. Polished as always. I have to make sure that things were always there. And it was a real nice time to talk to my beloved DLG Trevor. Trevor, you have been one of my mentors too as well. So since I'm in the open for open conversation, boy, you guys have taught me. I know you're men, but I see in we younger days, if I mixed up, you guys have taught me so well. And I can see it in my children too as well. Really, really and truly. If they come to my office, they have to be properly dressed. And every person that they walked in and see, they have to say either good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. And they have instilled in that. And they continue to do it. When it comes to me and when I'm around my friends, especially Kiwanians and any other, they're always proper. And these are some of the things I continue because it feels good. And I want to continue that. So Joshua, well done. Keep up the good work, and Kingston Club awaits you to come back home.
Well done, Joshua.
So as we move into our next slide, I want to just continue the conversation. The conversation has been well. We have gone through the past. We have gone through all that we need to go through about the past. but we can't stop talking about the past. We can never, ever stop talking about the past because it's supposed to continue to influence the future, right? And I want to just say to all Kiwanians here, just know that Kiwanis is a good thing. Kiwanis has taught us well. And if we actually have to look back in the past and where we are now, we have to give kudos to Kiwanis. Kudos, kudos, kudos. And as we look and analyze historical facts, we always have to remember that members are important. They're important because they actually provide to us the means to get us way into the future. Way, way, way into the future. Membership is important to every club. If we have to envision the future, we have to envision ourselves as members in our club, right? We must think of brighter futures. We must think of brighter futures for other clubs. What we nurture in our club, we need to nurture it in other clubs because we want each one to not feel left out, that they need to carry the same weight. And it doesn't matter if you're a large club, a medium-sized club, or a small club, you deliver on the same objective of Kiwanis. And mentorship and membership matters. And it creates change. So best practices from other clubs and other organizations, you must think beyond just your Kiwanis club. You can draw on inspiration from other clubs or organizations. You can draw on best practicing in fostering membership participation, exploring successful strategies by similar groups. You can provide fresh ideas and innovative approaches to engage Kiwanians of the future. And we have a lot of Kiwanians. And you also have a membership engagement strategy that actually work for your membership. But before I go there, I want to just go back. I remember when DP Earl was coming in as president, as myself, we shared the president's group in that time. And I went think back when he too was going through a little bit of family crisis. He was the guest, he was the main speaker for that function. He was the main president because we were joining in with Kingston Club to have our meeting. I saw myself that I could help. And I remember those times. And we pulled together to be able to craft up something so that he could do the work that he was expected to do. DP Early, remember those days? And we had a wonderful installation ceremony. And I can't forget the night too. Remember, it rained, it rained, it rained, it rained, it rained. A lot of us came late to that function, but we made it and it was a wonderful installation. DP Early, remember those days?
Yes, I do, DLG.
Yeah. And so we pulled together to lift each other up. And we do it for a brighter future. And we do it for communities. We do it for children. When we do things, children see the goodness in us. And because of that, our focus is children. But I want to go back to membership. Membership is so important. You have to have the membership to be able to serve children and communities. And I know a seasoned member inside your club that has a passion for membership, things that membership does inside your club that members do and can craft a lot of things within your club, but it's not just in your club, you know. Him also crafted in new clubs that are formed and him polish them and put everything together for them. And I call none other than DLG Eileen done well. Craft up putting things together for new Kiwanians. And if other clubs are on, you just call on DLG Eileen. He knows a lot. And DLG Eileen, can you share some things with us as it relates to mentoring new members, putting things together for them, letting them learn Kiwanis as quick as possible? And because of that, we enhance leadership skills. Over to you, DLG Easton. You just come in.
Thanks, Eileen, and congratulations on addressing our club once more. I remember in our membership programs, I think you served on more than one occasion when the orientation program was being presented by the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Ever since I joined the Kiwanis, I have had a passion for the institutional infrastructure of the clubs, to the extent that I said, if we have a strong club with members, strong funds to do the projects, then everything else will fall in place. But the members are the people, are the individuals who make everything happen. And I remember when I was Lieutenant Governor 2011-2012, 2 clubs were formed. 2 new clubs were formed then. I got feedback from past lieutenant governors. Why are you forming so many clubs? We don't need so many new clubs and things like that. And I remember DLG Anderson of blessed memory. And I discussed it with K, and K said, leave them alone. When they were lieutenant governors, clubs were being formed. And the clubs that were formed under my regime, I didn't initiate them. The clubs were initiated by different clubs. I went in and helped with the infrastructure of the formation of these clubs. I remember working with all the clubs in the division at the time, and I saw improvement in all the clubs to the extent that the club was distinguished. And to the extent that I became distinguished Lieutenant Governor of Excellence. And that was the reason, because of the close relationship I had with the clubs, the individuals in the clubs, the members in the clubs, and that's where my focus was and has always been. And that's the reason I've taken on the arduous job in the Kiwanis Club of Kingston as membership growth chairman. I've been doing this for several years. Prior to this last run here, on other occasions in the past, I have done it. I remember I did a new member orientation brochure. I never paid much attention to it till one day, distinguished President Jeff Mesada said to me, oh, when he went to convention, international convention, he had to make the point that I had come up with an orientation brochure at the time. Now the orientation brochure is much more organized, and the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is one of the clubs that has a well-organized orientation brochure for its new members. A presentation was made last year, September, and another presentation will be made again this year. The brochure will be upgraded, updated, and we continue to have it. It's online now, what is there still, and we have a slide presentation. I met Eileen in her club, and I remember one time she was very down, and I said, Eileen, please remember this. Don't let anybody run you out of your club. You have been a member in your club, you have made contribution to the club. Don't let anybody get you down to the extent that they would like you to leave the club. And these are some of the precincts, these are some of the building blocks that I have worked in Kiwanis over the years. Thanks, Eileen, for allowing me to participate in your presentation.
I could not invite you to speak. You're the guru of new members orientation, of putting together how a new member must come into a club. And I'm saying this because we have other clubs on and they can also participate in by reaching out. It is always good. I've learned a lot by putting things together, even for a program. When you're putting a program together, I've always been vetted to say, you cannot break somebody's name. You cannot shorten their acronym. You have to make it work on the program. That is how it must be done professionally. I've learned that, and that has actually taught me very well also in my job and anything that you do. And I also tell you, don't break person's name. You have to find a way to do it to make it look formal and well presented. Everyone must see the same thing that ought to be seen by the person who has that name. And so I've learned a lot. Thank you, DLG Easton. You have done well. You have done well by your members, and I would believe that Kingston Club has done well by you too as well. And continue to be the guru that you are, and I hope that you can also help other clubs by doing presentation and how to put these orientation packages together for clubs as well.
Sure,
So
it was no pun intended when you say he has done well.
Yes, Earl. Yes, he has done well. Yes. Thank you, DLG Easton.
Anytime, DLG
Thank
Eileen.
you. Thank you ever so much. I continue to do well by you, and I will continue to do well by my 4 peers, and I continue to look forward to the future of new Kiwanians being who they are, being the best that they can be for a better future, a brighter future, and the future of your club, my club, and other clubs that are on tonight. So as I continue though, I want to, as I reach to the nearing to the end of my presentation, I have one more person to join me in my conversation. So I'm mixing it up, mixing it up and everything to make sure it's a conversation about your club, but it's also a conversation about us externally, looking at you. So maybe other clubs could have the same similar feeling because I feel so blessed. I feel energized. And I hope a lot of persons feel energized by just talking, and you just feel that something that you could feel within your club as well. So I want to make sure that we continue the goodness that actually has to continue within our club for all generations to come, right? For generations to come, I hope there are positive things to actually decide. And by being actively involved as members, Kiwanis ensures a vibrant and a thriving communities. Remember, what we do well, we will present to our communities, our children. We will make sure that they are happy, loved, and want to be the safest that they can be. And we have done a lot. We are hands-on service community. We are hands-on service organization. And what we have for children, which is our younger generation with our SLPs, no other organization has that amount of persons. Our students, our children, our youth than Kiwanis International does. And those come from our members and our clubs. So as I looked and closed, I want to say to you, membership benefit does matters to members within your club. We need to come away that we can make them the center of attraction. We have to call on them at a given time and hope that they will always be there for us. The experience that the numerous benefit of membership within any club at all, whether it's Kingston Club or Worthington Kingston, New Kingston, Constant Spring, I could name quite a few. We come from personal growth, and the personal growth comes from other members within the organization, not just in my club. And if DP Sheena was on sometime, I talked to her on a one-on-one. I said, it's not how you come into the club. It's how you're going to leave it behind, and hopefully you don't leave it. You continue to enhance the leadership skills within it. And by enhancing leadership skills, person will always want to be part of your club. And I'm going to also say that for the Kiwanis Club of Papine. DP Audrey's on, but you know that I'm not going to let her out. I remember the time because of the experiences I have had with other senior clubs, members. I remember sitting down and speaking to all the board members in Papine because I know they had a good thing going. And I don't want them to come out of Kiwanis. I want them to stay. They were a young club just coming up. Just like any other clubs, we felt the pressure, the pain, and just don't want to be bothered. But I showed them the reason. I had that conversation with each one of them individually. And today, I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them. Even the last time they called me, they said, DLG Eileen, I don't know if you know, but so we won one of the scholarship award from Kiwanis International for our project. And I said, go there. And they are young clubs. DLG Willie?
Yes.
Yes. And
No,
so
well done, Papi.
Yeah, well done. And I want to see that passion continues because they have members within their club too that are passionate about what they do. And they love children. All of us in our club love children. And so I want that personal growth to continue within each one of us this afternoon and those who are not on. And I trust that the network expansion to increase self-confidence and enhance leadership skills and the mentorship create a ripple effect for positive outcome. And by connecting the dot between external perspective, as you want to do it, but also in your club, because new members, past members, and future members have perspective too. And so we want to engage all of that, which we have done this afternoon. But I want to also bring in a new Kiwanian to this, to close off this segment. A new Kiwanian is the chairman of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, a true representation. We started a little conversation, having not known each other before, a little conversation, and it went on, till I tell you, go and, and pay some time with the wife, But it's that kind of vibrant, strong vibrancy when you start talk, and he's driven to accomplish a task. He has done that. He has invited none other. Let's invite none other than Sadiki Blake, who is the fundraising chair of Kiwanis Club of Kingston, to take the floor. Sadiki, you're on.
You, DLG Eileen. Boy, I am so at ease now in terms of all of the other presentation, right? I'll be giving my piece about being one of the newer Kiwanians, right? As I'm relatively new to the club, over 2 years now, I've seen and I've expected, great leadership, the dedication and the support of the senior members, the board members, and even my other Kiwanian brothers, right? What I realized, and this is from my personal perspective, right? You don't really see a lot of that out there, especially I'm in construction. And sometimes I have some clients who show quite a bit of arrogance, right? But when I'm with the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and with the senior members, my other brothers, I realize a sense of camaraderie, right? A sense that you belong, right? And sometimes that come across as a bit of a shocker for me, right? Because it is not what you would expect, of meeting persons of high esteem, right? And you get that at the meetings. And I realized that there's no status, or creed, right? The atmosphere that just gives you a sense of, belonging, a sense of, love, right? One of my earliest memory of Kiwanis, right, wasn't necessarily a part of the key club in school, but I was in camera club and sign language club, and I would tend to pass by a couple of the clubs because I had friends in there, right? Presently, Director Ori, right? He was the one who introduced me to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. So while I was at school, right, I remember I was passing by and they had some event going on and I participated. And I won $10,000 and everyone was like surprised, right? And that for me stood out. So when he had reached out to me and said, boy, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is quite solid enough, because he knew me and what I stand for in terms of just giving back, because I am a recipient of, persons that gave to me and helped me to be where I am now, right? So he said, come and join, right? And here I am today. So that's one of my earliest memories of the past of Kiwanis, right? So when I was first introduced to this movement and the cause for service, right? I usually meet these things with nervousness. I don't really like to be on the stage, right? Because I get jittery and stuff. But I say I'm going to take on the challenge, right? When I meet members, like DLG Stan, right? Don't worry about it, Sadiki. DLG Willie, that's my boy, and I was made chair of the fundraising committee. And my first event, which was, I think, the signature event of the club, was the annual charity ball, right? That is held in early December. And, because I'm a quantity surveyor, so I know what it's like to push to have the funds to do what needs to be done in the club. So my knowing that I know what budget is like and raising funds, right? I just say I'm going to give this a concerted push, right? Because I really want to make my mark there, right? And I remember people saying that Sir Stan said, Sadiq, I'm going to give you 10 tickets. I said 10 at 15,000 per ticket. I said, boy, I'm sure, I have some clients, but I'll try. And it turned out I sold 18 tickets. I even when the event was over, I was still selling tickets, right. So that for me was just awesome, right? And even the recent Barbie Fry, Sir Willie said, okay, we're going to give you 50 tickets. And I was like, 50 tickets? That's a lot of tickets. I'm lucky if I can sell 20 or 30. I say, you know what? I'm going to go really hard at this again. And I sold 52 tickets. Right. So and Sir really was like, that's my boy. You know what I mean? So that for me stood out. Right. And I really look forward in participating in my fundraising events at the meetings and such. Right. Even, we tend to be busy with work and finding the time, especially me and a young family. Right. But I just try my best to push out and to give back since I know how far this will go. And when persons are really looking forward to a helping hand, and me myself knowing what that means. Right. So the club, having the past expectations about such a renowned service club, I can expect nothing less than an even greater outreach for the future, especially from us, the newer members who have new innovative ideas. The future will therefore be more impactful for those we aim to serve. Thank you for having me, DLG Eileen.
Thank you, Siddiqui. I think you and I are going to meet up and chat again because we started something that I had to say. But President, you know that you hear that. That's passion. Stewie,
I am
that's
listening.
passion. That's passion.
I am listening, and I know.
And because of this passion and this champion for Kiwanis, I want to just close out with two other persons because I saw them online. And President, Governor
Nice.
Are you gonna ask out sometime?
DLG.
Yes. Go
When we
ahead.
look at the time, I move a motion that the meeting be extended sufficiently to complete the business of the evening.
Seconded.
Yes. Seconded. Thank you. So let us go on again. Thank you.
Okay, so I close the note.
Continue.
I'm just wrapping up right now, but I see two persons on and I could not be remiss in not including them. And I have Governor elect designate Cameron White on. And then after she speaks, I want to just pull in PG Phil, who is also the education person for the district. So both of them, the floor is yours.
DLG Eileen, let me recognize President and members of Kiwanis Club of Kingston, PG Phil, and all other members online this evening. Can I tell you that my club, our second meeting for the month was this evening. And somehow I came in from the country today, and I said I was going to go to my club meeting this evening, but something happened and I never made it. And then when I look back, I saw that Stewie had sent me an invitation, as he always do. But, you know, Tuesdays is my meeting night. And believe me, I have not regretted in any way not attending my club meeting this evening. I'm sitting here joined just in time for the start of this segment, and I've enjoyed it so much. I can recall when I joined Kiwanis, that name DLG Willis is still standing out for me, because if he can remember, at that time, I was so much involved with Builders Club, not so much Action Club, but with Builders Club in those days. And that is how we got connected, through Builders Club. But I want to say that there's something that I've learned about Kingston, and I want all clubs, not just those who are experiencing challenges, no, but all clubs to remember that you can't always be on a high. And Kingston has shown me that they have gone through challenges, but they never gave up. And those challenges were around the time when you were serving as Lieutenant Governor DLG Eileen. And to see where they are today, I use them as an example all the time to say, when you are down, do not be dismayed. If you have the passion for it, you will always rise again. And Kingston has been my example of a club that has done that. And tonight, I just want to say there are so many members in Kingston that I really have to salute them for the dedication and the commitment that they have given to this organization. There are members in there who not just do service, but there are members in there like, and I refer specifically to PDT Ralston, that make you feel that you don't always have to bear the world on your shoulder. But there are moments that you can stop and have some light moments that will keep you through the day and to the days and for the days ahead. I mean, there are times when this particular individual will just make you feel that, hey, I have a purpose in life, and I really just need to take it light, laugh at myself sometimes, and we can always get through some of those difficult days. But separate and apart from that, I just really want to thank the members of Kingston for the service that they have given over the years, the example that they have given to Kiwanians, young, and also to the older ones. But all the best, Kingston. And, you know, you have my full support. As soon as I am able to join your meeting again, I throw out a challenge to Stewie that whenever you have that particular speaker, I definitely will be there. But thanks again, Eileen. It has really been a very, very good presentation tonight. And I'm enjoying it because it's not done yet. I'm enjoying it tremendously.
Thank you, Governor-elect Pam. Continue your good work. Continue to be a stalwart, and we will emulate you. I'm not sure who will follow in your step currently now, but I'm sure you will have many mentors or many mentees. So
Thank you,
continue to
DLG.
do your
Always a support for me. Thank you.
You're so welcome. PG Phil? Are you still on?
Good evening, DLG Eileen.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, I've been quietly listening all night. This is so wonderful. President Junior, I want to congratulate you and the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston for having the wisdom and the choice to bring DLG Eileen in as your guest presenter this evening. She's done a fantastic job, as I know we all feel the same way about Eileen. I had the pleasure of working with DLG Eileen for 12 months when she served as my LG for Division 23 East. And it was a pleasure because there wasn't a week that went by that I didn't get a message from Eileen. Governor, we have to do this. Governor, we have to do that. She motivated me. She pushed me to the extent that I didn't know I could go that far. She made me a better governor, and I did my very best for her and for all the LGs and all the divisions. But I don't know what else to say other than I had a mentor, and he was Dr. John
Phil,
Button.
don't forget your experience in Jamaica with DT Ralston and the police escort.
I'll never forget that. No, we got through. I never drove in a car that went so fast through the traffic. It's unbelievable. Raleigh, you're something else. I love you. But I wanted to mention mentorship, because I think it's important. We all, you know, I'm thinking of Chair Siddiqui. Chair Siddiqui, it is so good that you have Willie and Stan and others in your club that can give you the guidance and support that you need as you journey through your early years in Kiwanis. These are very important years in your development, and you will be able to look back someday and see that the leadership skills and the other life skills that you have learned are a result of the support of men like Willie and Stan and others in your club, and Ralston. So I don't want to mention any specific names, but I really think that having a group of supporters in a Kiwanis club is essential for the success of any member. And I hope you will do the same someday to any new members that join your club in the ensuing years, because this is so important for you to understand this. That above all, my mentor was Dr. John Button. And I still remember to this day, and I've said this before, and I'm sure Eileen has heard it, I don't know how many times, but Dr. John said to me one day, Phil, when you go into a Kiwanis meeting, get ready to serve, have fun and fellowship. Above all, leave your ego at the door and just get ready to serve and have fun and serve with fellowship. And I never forgot that. And I believe in my heart that even today, Dr. John is looking down on all of us and smiling, because I'm sure he's happy to see this meeting take place and the fun and fellowship that is taking place amongst all Kiwanians at this meeting tonight. It's such a pleasure and a delight to be with you all. President Junior, DLG Eileen, I salute you. I support you. As you know, I always will support you, Eileen, in everything you do. I'm so proud of you and the accomplishments that you've made in your journey as a Kiwanian. Congratulations. And you have my very best love and blessings. God love you.
Thank you, PG Phil. You know that it's reciprocal, right? Right. You push me to do more things than I actually want to do. Even when I said no, you find a way. So that's about Kiwanis. Kiwanis see what you do, the things that you know you can do, and be the best you can be in the eyes of others. So thank you, PG Phil, for speaking. President Junior. I know I'm taking up a lot of your time. The conversation will go on the whole night. And I know that I left out my anti-Gertling.
You left out him.
Left out my anti-Gertling, right? And I left out the president to say something. And I also left out the incoming lieutenant governor for your division, Desmond. Guess what, PG Phil? I'm one of his advisors. So guess what? I'm so blessed.
Good.
So I've actually stepped up. So now I have to be more, I have to put up my chest and, do the best I can be, and have Desmond be the best lieutenant governor he can be. And I know that he will be. So
I look forward to working with LGD Desmond this coming year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
LGD. Thank you, DLG Eileen.
Did I hear just now?
Looking forward for your support. I just want to put dogs in the background here.
Yes. President Junior.
Yes, I'm on. I'm very much on.
Allow me just.
I will.
Anti-Gertling, you left?
I have to bring in Gertling.
Yes, if I won't sleep tonight if I didn't bring in anti-Gertling, unless she left. She left.
Gertling is still there? DLG?
No, I'm not seeing her now. She had sent a text, so maybe she joined another meeting or something. I'm not seeing her. But I wanted to give her just that little moment in time. She always have something nice to say. So President Junior, I'm going over to you. And so if you have anyone to speak, that's up to you. But I had a wonderful time. I want to say thank you to everyone who participated. I just want to also caution that a new Kiwanian, a past Kiwanian, we don't have past. I don't want it to be past because I want them to come in and be remembered. They are part of the solution, and they will always be part of the conversation that we are having now and will continue to have. There will never be everything perfect for everyone. But we have to work ourselves around everything that we do so we can come back as one family to enjoy the moment and the good things that we actually do have inside of us. So thank you all for listening. And President Junior, over to you.
Yes, and thank you all for being with us tonight. PD Newton will give the official vote of thanks, but just before that, I'd just like to hold on, Newton. Just before that, I'd like to say thank you all for coming, Past Governor Phil and all the rest. DLG, DLG Eileen, and Governor Designate Pam, and all that were with us. As I sat here, I was just saying to myself, what a wonderful conversation. And as you have said, DLG Eileen, that this conversation could go on and on and on for a very long time. But with the space that we Yes, PDT.
Well, Jonah, just before the vote of thanks, I was thinking, and just before Past Governor mentioned, somebody who's so special to Jamaica, Dr. John Button. We made him an honorary Jamaican. And with all his accolades, I remember him saying, I am just call me John from Ridgetown. That was how humble that person was.
Yes.
And his passing, we adopted another honorary Jamaican. And he's right there now in front of a sign that says kids need Kiwanian.
Yes.
Past Governor Phil Rossi is friend of Jamaica. And Phil, say hi to Lady D. Thank you.
Yes.
President Junior.
Yes.
Before, I was supposed to also mention the support, the gifts. They're always encouraging me, DP Dudley Balls. May soul rest in peace. Oh, he was such a wonderful chap.
Yes.
I got so much token. He could never say no to me when I asked him for anything. So I want to just remember him.
Right. Right. Thank you. And as I've said before, just sitting here and listening to all these conversations, it makes me feel so good. More than just feeling good, to know that, and I'm sure that most of us here tonight felt that way, to know that we are all members of this great club, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. But I'm sure if we're talking about another club, although you would have the kind of history in terms of time and so on, it would be more or less the same, because this is how we are in the Kiwanis family. So it has been good, happy, and feeling very proud to know that I'm a part of this movement. And I'm sure that a lot of us feel just like that. Just sitting here and listening and remembering people like Governor Carlton Levy, DLG Mike Enriquez, DLG Milton Weller, and our own DLG Trevor Christian and Sam Dunweller that are here with us today. It makes me feel very proud, because these gentlemen have been working with us for a long time, and some of them are still with us. I remember DP Rex Fennell, DP Jeff Masado, and many, many. I mean, we couldn't call all the names. It just was wonderful. But PD, I know that you are the one that is giving the vote of thanks tonight, and I don't want to steal too much of your thunder. So could you now come in?
Thank you, President.
Yes.
Thank you, President Junior.
Yes.
After DLG Eileen finished her presentation, I listened to you and PDT Ralston. Yes. And I was thinking that maybe for the vote of thanks, I should just say ditto. But I won't allow the two of you to rob me of one of the pleasures.
It wasn't intended at all.
No, because, DLG Eileen is, as PDT Ralston said, a Kiwanian extraordinaire. And I tell you, you're not a member of the Kiwanis movement if you don't know of DLG Eileen and DLG Gertlin. Whenever you go to conferences and there's anything that needs any sort of clarity, people are always looking around to find DLG Eileen, and somehow she always comes across in her soft, calm voice, and and without even thinking, you say, well, this is how it should go. These are the rules. These are and it's great. I mean, DLG Eileen, I know you say you have been in the Kiwanis movement for 29 years. And there are people like DLG, Stan, and Trevor Christian, who will tell you that they have been here for 300 years or 40 years, whichever one they want to tell you. I can tell you, those gentlemen have nothing on you in terms of knowledge of this movement. Your knowledge and your presentations are always solid. There's just one thing. I have a lot of respect for PDT Ralston, but he said something in his introduction that I want you to clarify, because I am pretty sure he's wrong. PDT Ralston said you're a grandmother of 3. Because if you're a grandmother of 3, I'm going to carry 2 gallon bottles up to your house, and you fill some of your water and just put it out the gate for me. Because whenever I'm a grandfather, I want to look half as good as you.
But
that's great.
You never quote my full statement.
Yes.
I said you should not be distracted by her refreshing look.
Okay, there it
She is
goes.
a
Okay, sir.
grandmother.
You know, the inside joke at Kiwanis Kingston is I'm always trying to get one up on PDT or Alston. Somehow it has never worked, but you know, one day. But it was a really great presentation, DLG Eileen. I mean, I sat here and I listened, and I can relate to most, if not all of what you said, right? And I was just writing down some summaries. And I shouldn't just say relate, but I should also say agree with your observation. And I just wrote down some summaries of some things that you said that I just want to bring back up just quickly, just to show you where my headspace was at. One of the things that you said is that the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, as does all other Kiwanis Club, they need all hands on board to come for us to continue being a force to reckon with. And that is so true. That is so true. Oftentimes, yes, we will have persons in who well, people play different roles, some financial, some hands-on and all that, but whatever role people play, you need all hands on deck to make this thing work, right? Another thing, and Chairman Siddiqui spoke to it. You spoke about the more mature members mentoring the younger ones, right? And that is so apt because I can remember. I mean, I probably can't say younger for myself in terms of age, but I remember when I joined the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. One of the things that worked for me is that you had so many mentors, but you didn't even realize you were being mentored because the atmosphere is so calm and free and giving, but you are being mentored. And from different personalities, you have somebody like a DLG Willie, you have somebody like a PDT Ralston, you have somebody like a DP Chris, you have a DP Stuart, different styles. But you realize at the end of the day, you become so rounded. And I guess from your interaction with the members of the Kiwanis Club over these 29 years, you saw that because you spoke to it, right? Something that I recognize in you, and you brought it up, and I'm so happy that you have brought it up because not just the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, but I noticed in general, one of the things that has slipped sometime is what you spoke about. You said you must be properly dressed for all occasions, because we must remember the picture that we want to other people to have of us as Kiwanians. Right? And you also spoke, when you spoke about the Kiwanis Club of Eastern St. Andrew, you spoke about our actions, the fact that we should always assume that somebody else is looking on and we are influencing those persons. And is that how you would want somebody to say a Kiwanian is behaving? Right? So all of those points, DLG Eileen, are quite apt. Siddiqui brought that out. Joshua brought that out. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry to break this. Joshua, your vacation is cut short. You have a lot of work piling up here that you need to get back to complete, sir. You don't know about them yet, but they're here. You know, so, you know, we need to return, as you said, to interclubbing. Because I find that, DLG Eileen, most of what I learn is not from the formal training in Kiwanis, it's from the interaction, from the interclubbing. And I find that COVID kind of robbed us of that, but it's coming back and it is so very important. So all I want to say to finish, to sum up what you have said is that we need to continue learning from and celebrating our past, executing our present, and plan to secure the future for the future generation. We thank you for your observation of what the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is, and will be. We thank you for the passing grade that you have given us. I mean, we have the mental acuity we have the enthusiasm, we have the young blood now, and guess what? With help from persons like you in guiding us, I am pretty sure we'll be here for many more years. So thank you for this presentation. Really appreciated.
Let me just interject.
Thank
Right.
you too. And I was just going to add, don't leave out DP Stewie. He was the one who contacted me, and I'm here with you.
Well, I tell you something. I believe there are persons, DP Stuart, DP Chris, DP Dalma. There are some staple. There are some names, just like how you don't really need to say DP DLG Willie or DLG Stan. There are some names you don't need to call, because they are the pillars of the Kiwanis Club. And if they are the pillars of the Kiwanis Club, then they are the pillars of so many other clubs that look to us for guidance. I can tell you, these are the persons I look to for guidance, and they have never failed me yet. So once again, really appreciate you being here, DLG Eileen.
What I wanted to
Thank
just
you for having
interject,
me.
DLG Eileen, is that I've been having some problems with my software that I use for my certificate of appreciation. So as soon as it is sorted out, I will be able to prepare yours, and you will have it. So I just want you to know that.
Thank you so much. That's fine.
And thanks again.
You're welcome.
Back to you, President Junior.
All right, thank you all. Thank you all. We have said a lot. Our Sarge, are you on? I was trying to see whether you were.
I am on this evening. Still on the road.
I thought you would be.
But I'm still on the road, having some connectivity issues, so it's in and out. So I'm going to keep the camera off this evening, but I could not miss. It's been a while, so I could not miss this evening and the opportunity to fellowship and charge, right? So I'm going to be very quick.
Yes.
So while growing up, I was always told that icy is a very easy word to spell. In fact, I was told it's the easiest word to spell. And looking at it, I see why.
Oh, you can see why.
Oh no. You have to pay for that one.
Oh yeah, pay for that.
Yeah,
Pay for
man.
that. Good one anyway.
Yeah.
Jury 500.
Everybody who just said I should pay, I'm passing it over to you. Twice, so 1,000 for everybody who just shot because they did not see why. That I see why. 1,000 for you. But let's do some quick. Let's do some quick charges. Sir Newton. Sir Newton Randall.
Yes, sir.
For accusing
my friend.
For accusing the Sarge of taking his brothers for donkeys, $500.
Boy. Okay, sir. It's worth it.
ITP Paul for continued failure to respond to the Sarge's messages, $1,000 for gross negligence.
Boy.
DP Stewart for his Friday and irresponsible messaging resulting in deletion, $500. DG Willie, also for your irresponsible messaging, causing a deletion in the group as well, $300. And the entire committee responsible for the members directory, still not seeing those pics and the members' names, so $500 per member. Have a good evening, everyone.
Yes. And you do have a good evening too, Mike.
Thank you.
And thank you.
I wonder what is it I deleted? I'm not so sure. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm taking your timestamps and screenshots.
Okay.
I would suggest with this, Sarge, you don't even say anything. You just take it and go.
Yes.
Mobile
start. Okay. We move toward notices and announcements and interclubbing opportunities. DLG Willie, what do you have to tell us?
Thank you, President Junior.
Yes.
In the interest of time, I'm just going to focus on two very important notices. One, to remind members, coming Saturday, July 29th, We're hosting a benefit performance in National Dance Theatre Company, Little Theatre, 8 p.m. We signed the contract for the host. We got 430 tickets to distribute. We so far have distributed 351 tickets.
Right.
And hopefully we can make some money off it. But because of the support, because of the insufficient support of our own members, I opened it up to the other clubs and they gladly came on board. So we will have a good cross section. And we also have clubs joining with us. We still have 2 tickets left, and I'm hoping that members who have not yet got tickets will find the time to come in the morning and even take two tickets. Even if they can't come, invite some friends to them to go so that we can make this a successful fundraiser. This is our last fundraiser for the year. I wanted to use the proceeds from this for our upcoming service projects during the upcoming administration 2023-24.
Okay.
Following day, sorry, I should just mention to Chairman Siddiqui, Director Dharma is not here. I've been reminded by the artistic director, Marlon Sims, that for the box office on the night, we have to provide our own personnel to handle ticket sales and collections on the night of the performance. I'm going to speak to him tomorrow to see whether we can engage the people that they normally use for the box office. But in the meantime, I have another option where I've invited 1 or 2 of our key clubbers to assist in that area, as well as members of our new Club Nation builders. Following that, on the following day, we have our All Island Convention, a Golf View Hotel in Mandeville, begins at 9 a.m. So by now we would all have registered, and just to advise you that the 2 delegates to approve any changes to the bylaws for the Kiwanis Foundation Jamaica, we have appointed both the President Junior, and Director Chris Robinson to be the official delegates. As alternative, we have P.E. Newton and myself. So that is the All Island Convention on Sunday.
Right.
In regard to interclubbing opportunities, I will look through what we have for the balance of the week and circulate it to the members. Thank you, President Junior. You may want to invite any other visiting club if they have any announcements at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, DLG Willie. But just before that, I would like to personally encourage members. We are going to be having a very busy weekend this weekend. First of all, to attend the dance on Saturday night and Sunday to the All Island Convention. Let us make good of these 2 functions. Are there any other announcements that we'd like to share at this time? Any other announcements? It could be from other clubs as well. If not, we'll move to the next item, which is the thought of the week. And we'll ask DP Stu to give us his thoughts for the week.
Yes, President Junior.
Yes.
Okay. My 2 thoughts. If you look at what you have in life, you will always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you will never have enough. And my second one is, and I kind of paraphrase it from a Stephen Covey quote, don't be a product of your circumstances. Be a product of your decisions. And those are my 2 quotes.
Yes. Thank you, DP Stu, for those. And are there anything else that we'd like to discuss very quickly at this time? If not, gentlemen, ladies, I'd invite you to hold our glasses, drink a toast to Kiwanis International and friendly Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. So raise your glasses, gentlemen, ladies, to a toast to Kiwanis International, please. And at this time, I see a hand. DP Ram.
No, I'm just raising my glass.
Oh, sorry, yes. But I didn't say glass rally, the PDT. I was thinking.
Jamaica land we love.
Okay, Jamaica land we love. At this time, I just like